Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy! Hey folks, this is episode number 305. And this week we have Jessica and Jackie from Dianthus. And Dianthus has just released their brand new album, Realms, which was produced by Steve Evans. And he's known for the Dillinger Escape Plan, Symphony X, Butcher Babies, etc. And the album includes 12 new songs, including the standout tracks Realms and A Space in the Silence. The album recently caught the ear of legendary drummer Carmen Appice, or is it a piece? I can never remember which brother is which.
Oh, yeah.
But these two females rock, love their vocals and their voices, great looking and killer songs. Check them out. Jessica, how are you?
I'm doing great, Ellen. Thank you so much for having us. Yep, it's a pleasure.
All right, tell us a little bit about the album and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So our second studio album, Realms, is finally out in the world. So it's in tangible form, and it's also on all streaming platforms. So we're very excited about it. We're finding more of our sound, kind of diving more into the progressive stuff. So it's been a really fun journey.
Definitely.
Yeah. What do you have to say about it too?
All right, thanks for coming.
I covered all. She took all the words out of my mouth.
That was quick.
But basically, we're excited to have this new music out. Everything she said is how I feel. We're twins, so we have the same emotion. But yeah, we're very excited. It's our second record, and we had the whole pandemic to work on it, so we really took our time with it.
Well, that makes one of us, because I had the whole pandemic. I was off for like 2 months and had every intention of working on my music and never got off the couch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. There's always two choices. Exactly. It's easy to kind of fall back and relax. Yeah, but we had to stay on our toes for the music, of course.
We did, yeah.
Well, tell the listeners a little bit about what maybe inspired your album, your influences, things like that.
This record was kind of a combo of both of our influences together. And we, like she said, we really did find our sound with this record, because there was a big gap between our first one and then this record. So you can expect to hear a bunch of different progressive elements, like bands like Rush. Jessica loves the drummer Neil Peart, and I have major respect for Rush too. So you'll hear some of our influences with Rush on there, with the whole progressive element, and also with metal too, because we are metalheads at heart. So we grew up practically Bullet for My Valentine, that heavy sound. So
new metal.
So yeah, it's just a big combo of everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like our second record already, and feels like yesterday when we were in the studio, but it was fun to record.
Did your parents have any influence on the music that you like, or is this something you picked up on your own?
I think we just picked it up on our own pretty much, because our mom, she loves the 80s. She loves actually
80s
pop, like Madonna, Michael Jackson, that whole thing. We love them too. But our dad, he kind of introduced us to Rush, so maybe
he was more into like the 70s rock. So like The Who, Jethro Tull, Rush. So it's like I think we credit our modern sound to that, just all the songs that we grew up on. Especially the vocals, because we sing clean in Dianthus, and the music is definitely kind of more from our dad's side, with like the more challenging arrangements. So I guess it came through.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you had good parenting, because I'm a huge fan of 80s pop and 70s rock and metal. So we got the best of both worlds here.
Exactly. Yep. For sure.
So I was watching your videos when we first, because I hadn't actually heard of you guys. Like I said, it's something new. Like I said, it's just, there's so much out there that, like we always talk about, rock's not dead. It's just you can't find it a lot of times. It's harder now because popular radio is not playing anything new, basically, unless you're a rap star or something like that, and then classic rock goes to this portion, and then even like satellite has their genres and stuff, but they just don't really do. So finding new music is really hard. So when I listened to your when you sent some stuff, and then I went to the, of course, YouTube and saw your videos, and at first I thought maybe that you were basically we just ran into a band here 2 shows ago where the guy, it was basically a guitar player and a drummer, and they were using the guitar and splitting it up and making the bass from there. So looking at your video, I didn't really know. I was sitting there going, is it that kind of situation or whatever? But then I went and saw some of your live stuff and seeing that, yeah, you are a full band. You actually have a bass player, and you have another, guitar player, and you play guitar, sing, and then of course, she's playing drums and singing along to it. But yeah, it was interesting, and I like the live stuff too. I like the way that you're able to take that sound that you have this progressive type sound. I don't even want to say like a Dream Theater, but you know what I'm saying. It's it's very progressive, but you're taking this and you're putting it out live, and it's sounding as good as your record. And I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I went through a bunch of the videos, and I was like going, well, they have it on record, and then they can actually perform it live, and it sounds really good. So there you go.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dennis. Yeah, we appreciate you digging deep into the this archives, and a lot of people are confused if we do perform as a two-piece, which we actually have. For a tour at one time, we were a two-piece act, but quickly we realized we needed to fill up our sound on stage. So we were kind of getting a lot of people saying, get a second guitar player. It's really good.
I think we tried it all. We tried a two-piece. We tried being a three-piece. We tried acoustic, but
not solo yet. Just kidding.
So the band is, so what you're saying is the band itself is actually progressing as far as the way you're presenting your music live. I mean, when you go to the studio though, is it basically just you two, and are you doing all the parts yourself there, or do you have it, do you have a bass player that comes in, or are you doing double duty? How does that work?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Studio
is different from live because we do everything. Jessica likes to do a lot of the lyrics, and I share that area too, but I cover all the guitars, and she does the drums. We share the vocals and piano, the keyboard. So unfortunately we don't have 2 extra set of twins, but that'd be pretty cool. But that's why we got to have the 2 extra guys live to play the parts.
I mean, there is cloning, but it would take too long, and by that time it would just take.
It might be a thing worse than what we have. So
so is that something that you'll do later on? Like I said, whenever you do some live, or not live, but do like more videos, include the band where you've got people in there, because cause if you look at, say, like Heart for a situation, Heart is, it's Ann and Nancy, but they have a band behind them. Now they are the two that are the face of Heart, just like you would be the face of your band also. So is it something that you'll do at some point when you do some other videos, bring these other people in, or keep it more of a just you two? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah, we're kind of I mean, it is kind of 50-50 for us because with the recent video we released, A Space in the Silence, it is just the 2 of us. So there is going to be that question that people think, like, are they a 2-piece act? So we are open to including more of the full band so people get the big picture live. We do have a live video up. We do with the band members, but that's a cool idea though, to include everybody. So
well, I mean, like I said, it's one of those things. It's work for Heart, and it's the way you brand yourself. I mean, like you said, if you're doing all the writing and doing all the stuff in the studio, oh my gosh, you should be doing everything on the video. But it is kind of confusing for somebody coming in at the very beginning, going, okay, well, are they doing, how are they presenting this live? So that's what I was just saying.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. Because I'm trying to think of other bands that are mainly like the face of the band, and yet in videos don't have the band. So
I think at some point we have to fill that in the music videos too, just to have a couple extra members, of course. But Dianthus has always been us too, but that could be something new branding wise we can try for sure.
So how did the name come upon? Is there a funny story behind that, or is it just something that came up, or how did it come about?
I actually came up with the band name because we wanted something very simple. We did try thinking of like a 3-word band name, but we wanted something simple that our fans could just resonate with. So
Yep.
I was looking at a bunch of different things like precious stones, flowers, and I actually kind of stuck into the flower genre of names, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of different flowers that even we didn't really know, and
Yeah.
Dianthus was one of them, and we just liked what it symbolized. It's a flower, so it's got like that feminine aspect to it too, but it's a very metal looking flower
It's
actually.
got rough petals. It's like
Yeah,
the
it's
petals all
got
jagged.
jagged edges. It's like a really mean looking pansy.
It's the same color as the light behind the mean looking pansy.
It kind of it has that that edge, but we
Yeah.
liked it because it kind of symbolizes like passion and longevity. So that's what we want to do with our music for sure.
I like that. It's a mean looking pansy.
Mean looking-
I mean, another
That's perfect. That is perfect.
yeah, pedal to the metal, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
pedal to the
Well, it's funny. You name that after a flower. I was in my 40s before I realized that the band Crocus was named after a flower.
It
Oh,
is.
wow.
I had
Well,
no
I just
idea.
found out today. So there
A
you go.
crocus is some kind of flower.
8 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. Yeah.
The more you know.
We're not the only ones, I guess. That's cool.
That's right.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So, what kind of tour plans do you guys have?
Yeah,
We have a couple dates.
Yeah, we have a few dates in the summertime. So we're excited to hop on a few tours, not tours, but tour dates with the band Angel from the 70s. So
Oh, cool.
it's really fun.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, June 10th and 11th.
And we met those guys down at Rockin' Pod a couple years ago.
Oh,
In
awesome.
Nashville. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah. We've never
we
seen
met-
them live, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
It'll be our first time.
I actually have some Angel records from the 70s sitting over here. So there you go.
Wow.
That's
That's so cool.
Yeah, they were like the alternative of Kiss. Yeah, all white, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
come all black. So it's gonna be a visually cool show too.
So you guys I guess you're on the you're on the West Coast then?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, we're
Okay.
Riverside, California.
Oh, well, what's wrong with that?
Everything
We're-
Riversideans.
Yeah, we're from Midwest in Indiana, where it's 30 below one day and then 70 the next, and then it's raining and then it's snowing and then it's you never know what's going to happen. So I love California weather. So there you go.
It's always sunny here.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Now, you said this was your second album, that there was quite a bit of space between the second album and the first one. Tell us a little bit about the first album and when it came out.
Yeah, the first album we started writing that back when we actually first started as a band. So
Mm-hmm.
2015 to like the years 2017, that was when we were kind of writing for that first record, and
Yeah.
it's a very raw record. We didn't have any click track on it, so it's very high paced, and you can tell that we had a lot of different ideas, and
Not necessarily bad ideas, but
Yeah,
right?
not
just too
necessarily-
much cool ideas that
yeah.
just organizing them into it like a song. Like you could tell we had lots of energy.
Mhm.
Yeah, no click tracks. I was just having fun. Yeah, but you can tell we grew a lot though from that album to Realms for sure.
Yes.
What's the name of your
I-
first album?
Worth living for.
Worth
So-
Living For. I assume that it is also on the streaming platforms.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Excellent.
Hmm.
I'll have to go
Yes.
back and do some listening then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I don't forget, I'll link it to the show episode, but I'm terrible about forgetting to put those links on there.
I'll remind
So
you.
much link, right? I get
Well,
you.
Bill will probably remind me because I gave him a hard time about our Twitter and then I took it over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of social media to keep up with nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of social media, where can our listeners find you on social media, and do you have a website?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a website. So yeah, dianthuslive.com. And then from there you can find all of our platforms on socials. So yeah, we're on Instagram, Dianthus Band, Facebook, Dianthus Official, Twitter as well. So no TikTok yet, but
No TikTok. You young girls probably do really well on TikTok.
We get that a lot. We're kind of like 50-50 with it because you can use it to your advantage, but it has that reputation.
Yeah. And
People think, yeah.
it's also a lot of work when you've already got a lot of work ahead of you.
exactly. A lot of platforms for us to maintain and grow. So yeah, if
Mhm.
adding one more to the mix might get kind of chaotic, but
We'll have to delete one in order to get a different one, I guess.
it's like I feel like 3 social platforms at the most. Like, yeah, I don't know. I
Well,
feel like that's fine.
I am notorious for we have Instagram, but we don't use it. And I say I'm going to delete it, and then I
don't
never
even-
do.
And I don't even have an account. I think I do have an account, but I don't even know how to get on it. I
You
have no
forgot to
clue.
log in.
Well, that and Twitter's the same way. I never quite figured it out. You know, I'm good enough to get on Facebook and the internet, period. So it's just
That is
I
true.
do.
Facebook, you could post a lot more. Yeah, like a lot of photos and stuff. So a lot of people
Right.
are still on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Right on.
it's just a different world. I mean, as far as with the newer bands, I mean, you know, it used to be the day, you know, you found you had you got a record company to basically coddle you and support you and doing all this stuff now, and that just doesn't happen anymore. I mean, you're all you guys starting out, you're on your own, but luckily we have that availability to where you can put things out. It's just the problem is getting people to your site and getting people to. I mean, you can put a million things out there. It's just, and like I said, then you got all the people like, oh, there's no good music out there. There's great music out there. It's just finding it. I mean, it's just coming up. And we've had this show now for almost 6 years now, 5 to 6 years, 300 something
We're
episodes.
coming
and
up on 7 years.
there. Well, okay, there we go.
That's amazing.
But the
Dennis-
thing is, we
Dennis
find.
can't count.
I know. Well, I'm getting old, so I can't dance either. So anyway, but no, it comes to the point where there's music out there, and we're lucky enough to we meet people like you, and we get these interviews, and forgive me, but I never heard of you before, but now that I've heard you, now it's our duty to help promote that and to put it out there and put you on our podcast. And hopefully, instead of putting on the radio and thousands of people hearing it at once, it's a slow growth. But I think you get when people do find you and people do like you, they're more dedicated, maybe of a fan. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know, but
when they personally come across your work and
yeah,
exactly.
so it's just a different. I mean, it's a different world out there. It is, and it's tough for you guys. And I really, like I said, I hope that shows like this and getting out there and talking about your things help you out, because there's no record companies that's going to do it for you no more. Unfortunately.
It does help a lot because
Right.
like you said, it's just a different transition now with the whole music industry. Because back then, people just walk down the street and see your flyer and come to the show, and now there's so much social media, sometimes too much, that it becomes exhausting. But it's all about making yourself stand out. I
Right.
think.
Yeah, it's hard for us to come across new music too, but the main thing is like probably YouTube, and YouTube knows you better than you know yourself when it comes to music. It's like you'll find something, it pops up and you're like, oh, I actually like that. So yeah,
Right.
YouTube's helped, but yeah, it's kind of a mix though.
It's a double-edged sword. It really is. I mean, like I said, it can help and it can hurt and get lost in it, whatever. But
Exactly.
and we're glad you found you. We're glad that we found you, or you came to us, or whatever. However the situation came. But anyway,
Our good friend Hadley hooked us up.
there you go.
Hadley
yeah.
from Tipster. Do you guys, are you an independent artist, or are you signed to any label?
Yeah, we're signed to Deco Entertainment. So they're a division of Warner. So
Cool.
we get a good boost with our music, getting it out there.
Yeah, that's
platforms, so.
impressive.
Good deal.
They're a great label. They support us a lot. Like they give us freedom to just express our art. So
Be ourselves.
That is worth its weight in gold.
definitely is. Yeah.
Now, are you do you have a pro like CSAC or BMI or ASCAP, one of those three?
I believe we have an ASCAP, right?
I think we have ASCAP. Yeah.
Most excellent. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Might get you a little extra radio play on my radio station now that I know that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Every
Yeah.
band will have one if you're streaming your music, or
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. Tell our audience your web address again, and then we'll let you guys out of here.
Okay.
Sure. Our website is Dianthus Live, so DIANTHUS live.com. And then you can find a bunch of different things. You can find music from us. You can find merchandise and all sorts of show dates coming up. So yeah, check that website out.
Excellent.
Good deal.
All right, folks, you guys know what to do. Visit agesofrock.com. Check out our social media and past episodes. And until next time, peace out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.